Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Wednesday, April 16th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this would be a video for you. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right here will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can still capture some interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, taking a look at MURA, big mover today, and now we have ourselves a good solid pattern here. So let's get this mapped out and see how things continue to play out next week with it. So there we go. First part of the pattern would be considered that area of resistance. And then we have this lower part of it right here. Let me change that to green to represent support. And then maybe to make it just easier to see, let's keep it all the same color. So we have our area of resistance. We have our area of support. We have the big old move right there. And then for you golfers out there, try to make it more visual, put the golf hole down here. Looks like a pennant. This would be a bull pennant pattern. Now, just because something's a bullish pattern does not mean for sure guaranteed the price is going to go upwards. But is it valid? Is it rational to think that the price, if it were to consolidate out here a little bit more and then come up here and break up through it, is it valid to think that that break right there could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a more than plausible scenario. So if you like this price range, you like bull pennant patterns, keep an eye on it. Next one, SUNE, and overall, you got to give credit where credit's due. This thing has been in a very nice overall uptrend. Now, yes, from the big picture of things, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, but in the very near term, I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due. It's been trending upwards very, very nicely. Again, green for support. And assuming you care about the bigger picture of things, as long as the price stays above that trend line, that is what matters most. I mean, you could have the price, do something where it shoots all the way up here, then comes all the way down here. Shoots all the way up here, then comes all the way down here, and then so on and so forth. But as long as the price stays above that level, then as you notice, that does imply that the price is building those higher bases, which is what long-term trend building is all about. You want to see those higher lows. So keep a close eye on the trend line. And as long as the price stays above there from the overarching standpoint, everything is still perfectly fine. But now, I'm just noticing this. Do we have pretty much a perfectly parallel channel? Not quite. If I bring that down a little bit. So yeah, that's one way you could look at it. Just kind of this overall channel right now is forming. Again, I didn't really necessarily see that one upon first looking at it, but here we are here. So really from the grand scheme, but now I should note that if you're a day trader, flipper, scalper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you bought maybe right there and your plan was to buy and sell within 3 minutes as a day trader or scalper, then yeah, maybe things are looking rough for you because of that pullback right there. But assuming you care about the bigger picture point of view, as long as the price keeps on building those higher bases and just stays within this channel, then that does mean that the price is still continuing to trend upwards. Next one, SOXL. Going to go through this very quickly because it remains a very popular ticker out there, but just from a technical standpoint, there's really nothing to update here, just from, like I said, a bigger picture. For those of you that have watched the past videos, been talking about this sideways action right here. I've already had these lines mapped out the past few days. Top of the area being 1120 as a key area of resistance, and then bottom of this basically sideways channel down here at $10. So at this point, it's just chopping back and forth. So a question of who is ultimately going to win out of this battle. Do the bulls win with the break to the upside? Do the bears win with a break to the downside? That'll remain to be seen. But as of right now, SOXL still is stuck inside of this now multi-day sideways pattern. Next one, OST. Very, very explosive mover today. And now we have ourselves a good quality pattern here moving into Wednesday. So let's get this area mapped out. We have the pullback part of it right here. And then bottom part of that pullback. So yes, as of right now, to be fair, you would have to acknowledge that the price was up as high as here. But yes, it has now started to pull back. But you also have to acknowledge, if the people care about bigger picture, part of that is saying, well, yeah, fair enough, the price has pulled back. But what was happening before the pullback happened? And from that angle of things, again, here's the pullback, which everybody's got to acknowledge. But the bigger picture, people are asking what happened before here. They get to say, well, the price was down there, and then it came all the way up there, which is now giving those people the ability to draw a bull flag pattern. So we've had a bull pennant. Now we're looking at a bull flag pattern. So if you're more of a bull flag person compared to a bull pennant, and you like this price range around the $5 mark, keep an eye on OST. Next one, NVDA. And overall, it's doing just fine. Now, my kind of ideal picky line right here, which is that trend line. I threw in there more so out of curiosity and just saying if the price could stay above there, that would be very impressive. The price now has broken down below there. Again, does that mean the chart's ruined? It doesn't. It just was one of those areas where if the price could somehow have managed to stay above there, that would imply a very, very impressive uptrend. But from a big picture standpoint, yeah, it's been kind of just going sideways. But compared to where it was not that long ago down around here, obviously this area right here is higher up, which is what you want to see from a trend building standpoint. So a lot of these today, pretty mild day out there. Not a whole lot of things to, it's not like there's any sort of explosive movements. So it's just kind of still consolidating, and you can see the consolidation up above the purple line. It's up above the pink line, so nothing really crazy going on there. But if this thing does try to come back upwards, then yeah, the 115.20 mark remains at key level. I suppose now, as I glance at it a little bit closer, we could get into maybe an overarching trend. Yeah, that's pretty spicy. We're going to add some spice to this. So there we go. I'll make it a little bit different. Now, does it actually, did I need to do that? Maybe not. But like I said, I'm cooking, putting some spice in there. But if the price can get a good high volume break of that trend line right there, no guarantees, but you got to like the odds, at least pushes up to 115.20, if not having a great chance of pushing up through there. So big picture wise, yeah, kind of a boring day, quote unquote. But from just an overall health perspective, the chart's doing just fine. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering soon. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down below in the description area, or if you're watching at my website, there's an area right there on the webpage that you can use to sign up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free class. Next one, SNYR, and an interesting scenario here and a lot of perspective that goes into it. Day traders, flippers, scalpers that were buying right there. Yeah, today was an absolute train wreck. But if you do care about the bigger picture point of view, there's no doubt about it, a very big pullback. But notice right where this pullback bounced right off of that purple line there, the famous 50-period moving average. So is this a leading indicator? Is this thing going to bottom out and maybe curl back upwards? Now, when I say curl back upwards, I have no idea if it's going back up there to retest those highs, but just from even if it goes right there, from a trading standpoint, that could be plenty of wiggle room to pull out a worthwhile profit. Now, this is definitely for those that are going to be disciplined on their stops and all that sort of stuff. But point here being is if you like these scenarios where things are looking pretty shaky, but you see some areas that suggest maybe, just maybe, people are going to panic out at the wrong time. And was that it? Was that the first instance? People panic out right at the 50 period. It starts to bounce. So does it maybe consolidate out and get a little bit more of a move in the upwards direction? Again, no guarantees, but it becomes a little bit more plausible now given that action. So if you like these sorts of circumstances, definitely keep an eye on it. Next one here, ARBB, and same general idea, not nearly as nasty as the other one, but yeah, this one did have a pretty nasty pullback. Price got all the way up there and then dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped. And when it gets around here, especially on this price range, it becomes a very valid question to say, was this just a pump and dump gap and trap? What exactly is going on here? And seemingly got the answer, and no, it wasn't. Not only did the price level out, it's now started to get a little bit of an upward slope to it. Now, does that mean for sure guaranteed everything's going to curl back upwards and it's going to explode? Of course not. No guarantees. It's just way more plausible in this scenario. Case in point, if the price was still just doing this, and then I'm sitting here saying, hey, it's looking like this could be the bottom of the pullback, you'd be justified to say, what are you talking about? Based on what? The price literally just dropping straight down. But that's not the case here. It leveled out. It's got a little bit of an upward slope to it, which gives us a little bit of a pattern that we could draw. So right there we have our area of support. Right here we have what I would say is a key resistance at that point. And now it's just a question of as it bounces back and forth, can it get the break to the upside? So if you like these scenarios, if you like these kind of wedge type patterns that occur after pretty nasty pullbacks, but then suggest that maybe the pullback is over, then keep a close eye on it. Next one here, PLUG, and overall, I just want to get some context in play. So, whoops, that is technically the support part of the pattern. Then we have the resistance portion of it. So this would be what I would consider, you could use probably a trend line right there too if you really wanted to. But point being, it doesn't change the pattern. It is a falling wedge pattern, which is a bullish pattern. I know you would think that a falling wedge is a bearish pattern, but actually the rising wedge is the bearish pattern. And as I've mentioned already, just because something's a bullish pattern does not mean for sure guaranteed it's going to go up. But we certainly have some interesting dynamics. Last 30 minutes here, you can see, or not even the last 30. Check out all the volume. And all this volume occurring, and the price isn't continuing to drop, which makes me wonder, have the buyers started to step back in. A lot of people dumping, but plenty of people not only there to buy to prevent it from going down, but now last 30 minutes, enough buying pressure to get it moved back in, upwards. Again, does that mean that for sure guaranteed there's going to be a falling wedge breakout to the upside? No guarantees, but in my mind, these sorts of scenarios become a whole lot more plausible now. So if you like penny stocks, you like falling wedge patterns, keep a close eye on it. Next one, PLTR, and we have or at least I think we do. I'm pretty sure we do. Let me just double check. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. We had this trend line right here that was acting as resistance. You can see just was very stubborn right there multiple times earlier on in the day. But now you can see the price has broken up through there. And now it's just a question of, okay, breakout accomplished. Is there more to come moving in to Wednesday? Now think about that question. Is this the start of something bigger? Well, in order to ask that question, there's got to be something that you're questioning in the first place. Because if nothing worthwhile is happening, then it doesn't make any sense to say, is this the start of something bigger? Because, well, nothing occurred. But in this situation, something did occur, right? We got the breakout through that trend line. Now, to be fair and accurate, maybe it's not. Maybe this thing just comes right back down. But again, to be fair and to be accurate, maybe this is the start of something much bigger and this thing's getting ready to rock and roll again. But the fact of the matter is, a very popular stock with a lot of eyeballs on it, PLTR, has broken through a key technical level. So is this indeed a start of something even bigger? Let's see what happens. Next one, TSLA Tesla, and this will mean a little bit more to those of you that have watched the past videos, but if you have, you know we've been tracking two key areas, and these areas, once again today, have proven to be very relevant. The first key level that we've been talking about is that purple line right there, 50 period moving average, and you can see earlier on in the day, behaved as support right there. So moving into Wednesday, right around 250.35, we'll call that near-term area of support, as that's the current level of the moving average right there. Now, if the price falls below it, not the end of the world, because from the overarching standpoint, price has still got plenty of chance to stay above that uptrending trend line right there. But as of right now, the price is, still respecting that. And then on the flip side of things, the area that I've talked about in the past couple videos as far as resistance is that pink line there, the 200 period, and you can see, well, once again, this area has behaved as resistance. So moving forward, that'll be the near-term level. Now, if the price pushes up through there, next key more so overarching bigger picture area of resistance would be up there at basically the 273 mark. But it is amazing how the past few days, the price has really just respected over and over again both these moving averages, but these moving averages are getting oh so tight, oh so close. Room is eventually going to run out, and then the price is going to need to make a decision. So we'll see if that decision is on Wednesday or not. So that wraps up the top 10 list here. Again, if you like what you saw and you want to learn more, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. It'll be Thursday, April 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope to see you there. And as far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, do a couple things for me. Please hit that like button. And if you have not yet, hit that subscribe button, as it really does help out with the channel. So thanks for watching. Take care, and make sure you go get signed up for the free class.